Thank you.
Yay, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I've been trying to birthday Kim Rhodes up all weekend.
She has been. And then, but the good news is that Chicago's my turn to turn it around.
True.
She set the bar pretty high, but I've got some time to plan.
It's my birthday in Chicago. Yeah, you can cheer for that. I've been doing for months. I've been telling everybody that it's my birthday in Chicago, like everybody on the circuit. And today, Rob was like, "Yeah, we know." So I make people do that. Get excited! Get excited!
Yay! Briana was born!
I was so terrified. Yeah. You know why? It's because I used to think birthdays were silly and lame. After 25, I was like, it's just a birthday, who cares? And I had a girlfriend who went, no. This is your day. This is your day. You were fucking born on this day. You celebrate! And so now I do. Now I just celebrate it. And every day, or every birthday that I get means I'm 1 year older, means I got to spend one more glorious year on this planet, and that's something to celebrate.
Woo! You're up.
Hello.
Hey, Kim, it was also my birthday on the 7th, so happy birthday to us.
Yay! Gemini! There's twice as many of us as there are of anyone else.
So Brie,
What's up?
your character and myself kind of have some things in common. I was also in a relationship with a not so nice guy once upon a time.
No.
Got out of it.
Good.
And now, yeah. Woo! So that was honestly really cool for me to see somebody like me. Were you able to draw from any personal experience from that, or was that something you kind of had to pull out?
For me, I don't think I was ever in any kind of abusive relationship, but I was absolutely bullied as a child for the way I looked. In high school, for years and years and years, it's tortured. So I drew from that. I was bullied for being overweight when I was in high school, and I did the same thing that Donna does, which is she hides her sadness behind smiles, right? And I did the same thing in high school. I did it behind jokes, and continued to do that up until I decided to make healthier changes in my lifestyle, and then the comedy just stuck, luckily. But it's a kind of a blessing to have those levels in a character like Donna. It's so funny because Kim and I were watching Hibbing 911, the episode where we met, yes, last night at the party, and neither of us, I've seen it a few times, but I hadn't seen it in so long, and I was like, oh, fuck, we talk about our characters so much, but I wasn't on last season, which I will tell you 17 times during this panel. I'm so okay with it, though. And I hadn't seen Donna in a long time. We talk about her, we, do imitations of her, but you're like, oh yeah, she's a sad gal. You forget, and in the last episode I was in, it was great because, she became a hunter, and I'm just going to take these stairs with me here. It was exciting to see the levels of Donna, and that's thanks to the writers. They could make her a very, boring, one-dimensional female character, because that's very common in television. But they didn't, and so I'm lucky that I get to have these things, these little nuggets to play with, which are awful and sad, but they're things that human people go through. And I think that's important in a show like Supernatural. Representation, right? Yes. Thank you.
There's something blinking on the stage.
I think you should probably crush it.
What would happen if I pushed a button?
Oh, you're going to get in so much trouble. No, still.
Oh, I made it change colors.
Rob is going to get mad at you.
He might, then he shouldn't have left something shiny on stage. He's met me.
Hi.
Hi. So, I just want to let you guys know that you guys are great
Hold on,
role
Kim's
models.
got something shiny. Give me 1 second.
They left the shakers too.
They always leave the shakers.
Are they drunk already? Why did they leave things on stage for me to play with?
I just had too much coffee, Kim.
I'm sorry, your question is far more important to me. But it's shiny and it makes noise.
Hi, I just want to let you guys know that you guys are great role models for younger women watching the show and growing up. Yeah. And both of your characters like suffered and went through a lot of stuff, and I want to know if you guys have any tips for younger women or just people in general how to get through tough days.
I was waiting for you to go down and you didn't, so I went down.
It's too early for that.
It's too early for that. Shiny things and shakers. Holy shit, dude. I could make this a really long answer because there's so much, but I won't. I think there's something very primal in reaching out here when I need. And like there's nothing there and nothing there and nothing there. So one of the biggest gifts I give myself is reaching here when I need. So aim your need, go where the love is. There will always be love for you. Find it and go towards it.
Do you know what I've been thinking about a lot? We talked a little bit about it in a meet and greet earlier today, was social media and the fact that my daughter is going to grow up in a world of social media that I live in now, but I didn't live in when I was young, so I don't have an experience to give wisdom onto her, from personal experience. So it makes me nervous, but something we said today was to try and ignore the bad stuff. I know that's really hard to do, and I'm not always good at practicing it, but it's the same thing as find the love. There are people who want to give you love and who want to share with you and who want to help you. And it's a strange human nature that sometimes we have, which is to hang on to the anger and hang on to the sadness. For some reason, it protects us, or we think it protects us. But by reaching out, by taking a chance and reaching out for someone that may pull you out of that, it might be scary because it's a foreign thing to you, but happiness is so much better, and it's there, but you gotta find it, you gotta grab it, you gotta surround yourself with your people. Find your tribe. Find your tribe.
I want to add this really novel concept that I'm only recently coming to, which is hurting, which is natural and normal. Like my instinct when I'm hurting, when something's sad and uncomfortable, or I'm angry, is I then add to it by thinking I did something to earn it, which means something's wrong. And you know what? It's a feeling. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay to support someone else when they're sad. Like my instinct when someone I love is sad is be like, don't be sad, stop being sad. I'm uncomfortable with your sadness. And really, honestly, the loving thing towards myself and the loving things, I'm not saying get down and roll around in it and like, this is my new identity is I'm pain, because that doesn't really serve me. I've done that too. Believe me, I'm speaking from experience. But I hurt. It's part of life. I will get through it. It's okay that I'm here right now. It doesn't mean I've done anything wrong. And when someone else is in pain, a loving thing I can do is just be like, I witnessed this. I'm here. I love you just as you are. We'll get through it together. So I do that for myself, and I try to do that for other people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. My question is for both of you, what's it like playing badass women on television?
Fucking awesome!
But also, as I was saying earlier, it is important, I think, to note that women don't have to be badass to be on television. They can be lost. They can be sad. They can feel weak. And they still are people on this planet that need to be represented. I think Hollywood really doesn't know what to do with women. And so there's this new trend, which is great, to have badass, strong women. But there are times as a woman where I am not badass and I am not strong. And I'm still existing in this world. And I need to be represented. So I think that while I love playing a badass woman and I love being a representation of what I always want to see in myself, and that is really a priority for me, I am a complicated, complex woman. And I think that it is important for people to remember that about women. They are complex, and that is okay. You know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
First of all, I want to say, Brie, I think you're beautiful. I think you're awesome. But my question is for Kim. I'm so sorry.
I think she's beautiful too.
Away. Briana, I think you're really great. I like your hair, but my question is for Kim. I'm not going to hit you. I am going to attempt to answer this question, though.
It is true, though. I do think you're beautiful.
Thanks, baby.
So we all know that Jensen and Jared are big man-child. I was wondering if you're like working with Cole and Dylan, I think his name is
Cole and Dylan.
Similar to working with Jensen and Jared.
It's exactly the same, except they didn't give Cole and Dylan motorcycles.
Awesome.
Jared and Jensen don't have an elevator to fart in.
That's exactly also, yes. I'm usually in open
If they
space.
did, they would.
Although I will tell you, I recently discovered another difference between working with Dylan and Cole back then. Remember, they were like 11 when I met them, and working with Jared and Jensen. I finally, and bless your hearts for nobody asking this yet, but I'm gonna volunteer this. I finally got full scale pranked by Jared and Jensen. I'll tell you the story as quickly as I possibly can. So when you come out from the studio, you're going outside, you're on a break or whatever, it's a different scene. There's 2 doors. There's one door here, and then there's like about this level of space. It's just kind of a big metal alleyway where they store their motorcycles. And then there's another door that leads outside. So, my apologies to everybody who already heard this story. So, we're walking off set, and Jared and Jensen are about, like, where the stairs are, and they both look at me and walk through the door. Now, they're the kind of dudes that if I'm usually this far away, they'll wait and hold the door for me. That's how they roll. They're just that kind of guys. And they didn't. So I immediately assumed they were pissed at me. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? God. Oh my God. I don't know. And I opened the door, and because of my body, I walked into the alley and I went like this. And there's Jensen, like, who does this? And like leans against the wall. And my brain was just engaged enough to go, huh, that's odd. When Jared goes, and it was, yeah. So that's the extended dance remix version of saying Dylan and Cole were smaller than I was. And I've just recently realized what a dramatic impact that has on how they relate with me. They couldn't pick me up.
Jared is he's a strong fucker, man. And he's like, you look at him and you're like, yeah, he's a big guy. But until he comes up to you and he's like, hey, Briana. And you're like, this man will kill me. He will kill me one day. He doesn't know his own strength. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, girl.
Hi. So my question is for both of you. Miss Kim, amazing season finale. You kicked so much ass.
Thank you. I got to shoot a bad guy. I shot a bad guy right in the head.
So when you have that much action, how much training do you do? And Miss Briana, when you were watching her kick so much ass, what were your thoughts? Because I was really mad you weren't there, by the way. But
Thank you. I was mentioned, and Kim
Yes, you
did
were
like call me to go, you're mentioned in the script. You're so hot. It's so funny. It was like, because I was scheduled to have an episode, and then things got rescheduled this season, so it got rescheduled. We'll just say that. I was bummed, but there are other things to look forward to, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. But Kim, I was in LA. What was I doing in LA? Oh, I was recording. I'm on Jason's next album. And yes, as is she. So I went to LA. I live in Vancouver. I went to LA to record it, and I was hanging out with Kim and her daughter one afternoon, and she's like, "So I'm doing the next episode," and I went, "Oh, God damn it!" And she knew I'd have that reaction, so she was like, "I know," and I was like, "I'm so happy for you." She's like, "I know you are, and you're allowed to have those feelings." Like, she's so great. She gets it. To answer your question, I have not seen that episode yet because I know. I was in Europe. I know, rough life. But I was out of town for almost a month, and I've only been home for a week. And the last thing I should be doing is going, "Honey, I'm just gonna watch some TV real quick." So I have not watched it, but I was there when she was shooting some of it because lipstick on my microphone. And Kim is like, she has a lot of fight training, and it's always fascinating to watch her and ask her questions about her stuff that she does on set. She's very inspiring. I'm very lucky to, be watching her and how she works, and she's like my little idol. She's my little supernatural mentor.
They have, and I do have stage combat training. I was at one point certified in stage combat, so I know the techniques. I know some of the basics. They did give me handgun training at Supernatural and the shotgun, and then I worked on a show called Colony, where they took me out in the middle of the desert and let me shoot a semi-automatic. Well, that was frightening. So they do give you the opportunity to learn. You need to ask for it. They don't just assume. But I've got one of my dearest friends is a police officer in Portland, and he's like, "You're playing a cop. If I see you fuck up with that gun," I'm like, "All right, okay, I'm sorry. I'll pay really close attention to my trigger finger discipline." And then in terms of just the body stuff, Lou Ballo is the fight choreographer on that show, and he's been there as long as I've been there, and he's amazing. He knows what I'm personally capable of. I always want to do my own stunts. The only time I don't want to do my own stunts is well, quite frankly, fuck it if I get hurt. The only time I don't want to do my own stunts is if it means it will take too long. Like, if I'm gonna be bad at something and there's someone right there who's gonna be really good at something, I don't want to be the asshole who's like, "Yes, but I always do my own stunts. Hook me to the rig." No. But so far, I've done all my own stunts, except for there was like one night where yes. At any rate, I love them. We had a problem on the finale because the director, Showalter, wanted me to dive and slide as I shot some dude, and the surface of the stairs was created so that people wouldn't slip while they were running. So they had drilled through the bottom of the metal, so it was basically like a cheese grater. And so there was a big fight because it was really late at night, and they were trying to get the day wrapped, and he's like, let's just, and there was a window that was exploding behind my head, and they're like, "She can't be facing an exploding window and sliding across a cheese grater." And there was another side that was going, "She only needs to do it once."
You will only be able to do that once.
Yeah. So hopefully we found a decent compromise where I kept my eyes and my skin. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I love you both so much, but my question is, what was your initial reaction to meeting Jared and Jensen?
Like the PG version, or?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, the first scene that I ever shot on Supernatural was the donut scene. And I was very new to television, and secretly 6 months pregnant because you're not allowed to work in television when you're pregnant because pregnant people don't exist in real life. And so, and they won't insure you. So I didn't tell them I was pregnant. But it's fine. And I think. So I was just not wanting to fuck up and not wanting to get in trouble. So my first thoughts were, don't fuck up, don't get in trouble. Who are these extremely handsome gentlemen? Because I didn't know the show that well. I knew that they were the stars of the show, but they weren't only like handsome, but they were like, like you gotta do one of those when you need.
Now smell them. Now smell them, Briana. Just smell them.
Sorry, that wasn't quite PG. But yeah, there's no denying like how attractive they are, and that there's two of them. It's just, it's unnatural, if you will.
That's funny. My initial reaction to them was exactly the opposite. Because the first scene I had to shoot on Supernatural was everyone I know and love in the entire world burning on a funeral pyre. And these two fuckers are riding around on little tiny motorcycles and throwing footballs back and forth on the motorcycles. Like they're playing football on motorcycles. And I'm like, I'm fucked.
As you do.
I'm fucked. Dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies. Play Tori Amos. Like, whatever you gotta do. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, alright, here's where I'm standing. Dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies. And then they come up and they're like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And like, it was like an anvil dropped. And Jensen just goes, hey, what do you need? That'll work. That does it. Thank you. So my initial response was like, I gotta work with boys. And then I met the men they are. And now I love seeing them as boys because they bounce back and forth so seamlessly, and I love both aspects of them.
Good guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Briana, my question is for you. Kim, I love you so much. I'm sorry.
But I'm so happy. Oh, she left.
She did.
Kim, can you bring me a Kit Kat?
I'm already doing that.
I knew it. Hi.
Hi. So in a lot of your pictures recently, you've had a septum piercing.
Yes, yeah.
I'm assuming it's fake, but would you ever...
Did you hear her? She said that she assumes my septum piercing's fake. Why do you assume that?
Because I can't see it.
That is an incorrect assumption.
If you saw how infected it was a month ago, you would know it's not fake.
Okay, well...
That's okay, though. That's okay. Lots of people have fake ones. This one's not fake.
Okay, well, that kind of eliminates my question, because I was going to ask if it was fake, if you were going to actually get it pierced, but I want to tell you
I
that...
totally did.
You look really good with it.
Thanks!
So,
I think that, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hold my cup.
Yeah. Garbage. Yeah.
Okay. I had this conversation earlier today. I like the way the septum piercings look, but I can't do facial piercings because of my job. And it was at a convention a while ago, like 6 months ago maybe, that a girl I was signing autographs for had a septum piercing. I was like, fuck, that looks dope, man. I'm like, I can't get one because I can't wear it for work. She's like, you just flip it up. It was one lens that you can flip up inside your nose. I was like, oh. So I was like, I wonder if this is going to look good. You know what? It doesn't look good. I'll take it out. Who cares? So I got it. And I love it. I don't know how long I'll keep it for, but I love it. Same with the tattoos. At some point in my mid-30s, I just was like, I'm fucking sick of looking the way everybody thinks I need to look. Yeah. I was like, for so long in this industry, we're told you need to dress a certain way. If you're in your 20s and you're blonde, you need to look a certain way. You certainly need to weigh a certain amount. you can't have any piercings, you can't have any tattoos. And I was just like, eat me. I don't care. I do care. I do enjoy looking a certain way, but I don't care what other people think anymore. And that's the story of my story. And I got Kim Rhodes piercing when we were in Germany. Did you guys see that video on Twitter? Did you see her? She didn't even flinch. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. She just stood there. Oh, that's it?
You really did a nice job.
Really
it's
did.
healing very well. It's
Got
very
any
hard to get
problems with
cartilage to heal.
Did it get a little sore?
No.
Oh, wow.
It was, I will tell you this. Don't ever get a piercing in your ear moments before you're about to hug a bunch of people for photo ops. That was poorly planned on my part. I was like, Briana, we have to switch sides. She's like, why are we switching sides? I'm like, stop.
Thank you for your septum piercing question.
Yes.
I would let you come up here and wiggle it, but now you sat down. She's like, I don't want to touch that shit. I don't blame you. It's literally just jewelry
Briana,
boogers.
don't go down that road. Don't let people start touching your piercings.
That's true.
I'm just like as an older, wiser mentor, I'm gonna take this moment to say, don't offer people to play with your piercings.
Gotcha. Thank you. Namaste.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Hi. Originally, I wanted to ask if you want to choose a love quote I had, but they said that I can't do that. So, is there a quote you guys live by?
I have a couple of them. My most recent one is, darling, don't let them tame you, which is my favorite. Because, and Kim and I have had so many conversations about this, about the way women should be, the way ladies should be. Exactly. Suck my dick. Sorry, I know there's some youngsters here. My point is that we're allowed to be whatever we want to be. You can be as quiet as you want to be. You can be as loud as you want to be. You can be small. You can take up space. Nobody else is supposed to tell you what to do. So if you want to be wild, I choose to be wild. Be fucking wild. You do you.
I think mine vary, but the one that comes to me right now is, we are all broken. The cracks let the light in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That and suck the man! Yeah!
My question is for Kim. Sorry.
Are you? Just kidding.
Was there a big difference filming with Disney and filming with the CW? Was there like other than the fact that Jared and Jensen are man-childs, and but is like filming wise, is that like a big difference?
They're two completely different styles. The sitcom is a stage, it's a set, and they have 3 cameras set up that all run simultaneously. So they get different pictures, so you're acting, but it's a little more like theater, and we have a live audience. And then the director goes in and cuts between the cameras. So you only do it a few times, and then it all happens simultaneously. What's weird about single camera, which is what most movies and anything that looks a little more lifelike, there's only one camera. So I'll be having a conversation with Briana, and the camera will be here shooting her, and then we'll turn it completely around and change the lighting and change everything, and then it'll be me. So it looks like we're talking to each other, but we're very rarely actually talking to each other at the same time in anything that you do, and that was weird for me to get my head around. There's a lot of just technical differences that are really boring. If what you were asking about was the politics,
that's a whole other panel.
I have felt very supported, accepted, and I'm impressed with what you don't see, but I have seen the effects of with CW. I think they're a fucking stellar network, and I am really, really proud of what they're putting on the screen.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, we have 5. What? I know. All right, I'll talk really fast.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Well, first of all, you guys give great hugs.
Thank you.
Going back to your badass part, like, you guys are total badasses, but your characters don't necessarily start off as badasses, and I think that transformation is great, and I think you guys do such a great job of bringing those characters, like, aspects. So there's that. My question, sorry, for Kim, because in my heart and soul, you will always be Carrie Martin. And so my question is, how would you relate Jody and Carrie? Do you think she and her boys would be good hunters?
Oh God, no.
I mean, they like dealt with that ghost.
Poorly, very, very poorly. No, they would be zombie fodder. All fucking three of them. They'd be dead. No. Cole.
There's a strange relief in saying that and saying,
nope, I'd be dead.
No, they die.
Well, then Carrie would go first. Then the boys would live for a little while longer, and then because he wouldn't follow directions, Zach would go, and then Cody would think he was going to live because he would have found the solution to solve the problem, and right when he was about to enact it, he would get concerned about a spot on his sweater, and the zombies would eat him.
Well, then Briana, how do you feel you would go in their little family role if you were back there with, like, Carrie and the boys?
I would want to know why the fuck she doesn't have her own bedroom. That's really my concern. That poor woman who's sleeping on a sofa for 3 years!
This is on Zach and Cody?
Yeah, I think so.
She slept on a sofa?
Yes!
Why?
Because it's Disney. She was a single mother, and God knows she was never going to have sex again. So we just make that super clear.
Moms don't have sex.
Nope. Yeah. No, she slept. I think also because they didn't want to invest in a set they'd never use.
Right.
I'll let her sleep on the sofa.
Hi. Hello. This is my first con, and I have anxiety.
Yay! I mean, not for the anxiety, but for the first con. Welcome to the first con.
I've suck at asking questions, so please bear with me.
Okay.
I, too, have had body image issues, and it's a really kind of sad point in my life right now. Not for me personally, but for people around me. And I just want to know, I was curious, how it feels portraying two strong, beautiful women who have also had breaking points in their lives, whether, even though one was harsher than the other.
Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. But I tell you right now, every single fucking time I watch myself on Supernatural, and this is a hard admission for me to make, every single time I look at that and go, brown polyester makes me look like shit. And I make a joke out of it. I'm not happy with what I see on the screen. Because that's just lives inside of me. I look on the screen and I go, you're fat. Wow, I'm telling you this so you know we all have this voice. I watch myself and I go, you're fat. Your hair sucks. You look like a boy. Your tits are sagging. Your face is big. You're never going to be pretty and it's too late for you. I don't control that voice. That voice is how I was programmed. What I do control is how I respond to that voice. So I recognize it and I go, thank you for your input. You're wrong. And the more I tell that voice it is wrong, the more I practice. I don't believe it when I say it. I believe that voice when it says it. But the more I practice and the more I go, Briana, tell me that voice is wrong. The more I stand up and go, fuck it, that voice is wrong. The more I start believing that voice. So practice. It's a journey. None of us start off fully actualized. That's why we have to live for a long time. Practice telling yourself the things you want to believe. And soon that voice is going to be louder than the voice that says whatever you are is imperfect, because that voice lies. You are fucking perfect.
And also, imperfect. And imperfections are important because perfect is a fake thing. There's really no such thing. Do you know what I do? Does anybody know the model Ashley Graham? Yes. I follow her sexy tush on Instagram. And man, is it good. So on television, I don't bust my chops on TV. I know the character I play is not who I am. And so I'm pretty good at not letting that affect me. In life, though, even at the cons, we're photographed a lot, and you're like, bad angle, look at all the chins. But sometimes what I had to do is I had to do what Kim's saying is I had to reprogram. And I go, oh, I have all these chins because I'm laughing so hard. And how lucky am I to be getting to laugh that hard on a daily basis, you know? I have control over what I look like on a daily basis. I do. I have a lot of control. I mean, there's genetic shit, but I get to choose how I look. On TV, not so much, so I let that slide. But I bring up Ashley Graham because Ashley Graham is a very well-known plus-size model. I'll say plus-size. I don't love that term, but she's a model who is not a size 2. And she owns every inch of her body. And it is so inspiring to see because she is sexy as fuck. And she is, and people know it. And the reason that she is the most sexy is because she knows it. So, yes, like Kim says, confidence, body confidence in anything is a muscle. I say this all the time. You need to exercise that muscle. So you need to practice being kind to yourself. You need to practice looking at yourself in a better light, and then nothing will change except for the way you see yourself. And that's the most important thing for you. Okay? Okay.
I think we need to there's fuck. Look up 20.
God damn it! You know what? I'm gonna say this. The only thing I'll say is Mike was already gloating because he won. And you literally ripped the trophy right out of his hands.
Now Billy's the winner.
But Billy won. You know what, Billy? Just so you know, I want to go through this. So the backstory is, we sit backstage, and the time we're sort of called backstage to come on stage, we have a bet of how many F-bombs we'll hear on stage. And we do the over-under. Mike picked 3, I went 5, Rob, you were 4, Norton was 6, and Billy went with 75. So just so you know, the big winner. How was it, ladies?
Rhodes!
Two Rhodes and Briana Buckmaster. Rob, not singing.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, bad girl. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad girl, bad girls. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Phoenix, have you noticed that every time we come on stage, William has a small glass of iced tea with him?
He's been drinking iced tea all day.
And I'm like, why iced tea in a bourbon glass and just 2 fingers of iced tea? And he told me to shut my trap and back off. Because that's how Billy does. Boys, is that it for the...
I think that is it for our on-stage portion of the afternoon.
I don't know if you know this, but this musical ensemble to my left that goes by the name Loud and Swain, they have captured some of their recordings with a recording device and pressed them onto discs, and they're called CDs, compact discs.
That's right.
And they sell them. They sell them for a fair market price at this very venue. And they have a new album, and honestly, I know you have a bit of a break, so there's no time like the present to go pick up one of these discs. Robbie, what's the LP called?
It's called No Time Like the Present.
Oh, that's perfect then.
Album.
It's perfect.
It's his favorite joke. He really loves that joke.
When Mike doesn't wear glasses, he looks real angry.
He's angry. He's an angry.
Oh man,
he's an angry robot.
Angry robot. Destroy. Destroy. Phoenix, how has it been thus far? I hope you've enjoyed sitting down because now you're going to stand in lines and wait for autographs. It's all part of the sexy journey you're on. We love it. And then we're going to move the chairs and you're going to dress up and pile forward. And we're going to gather together and listen to you sing at an event that Matthew Cohen and I like to call the karaoke party. I expect to see you all right here. Thank you, band, for another fabulous day. Stephen Norton, Michael Barra, Billy Moran, and of course, Robbie Benny. Great day, everybody. We'll see you in a little bit. Friday, people, you are the chosen ones. Take that with you.